Good morning, everybody. You've just heard God Bless the USA, performed by Bienvenido, Yangco, and it was Lee Greenwood's, arranged by Dimitri Varvelas. So thank you so much. That was wonderful. Happy 4th of July, everybody, and welcome to all of you who are here and all of you who are viewing us this morning via our broadcast. So we welcome you and hope you are celebrating your independence and our country's independence and the wonderful gift of freedom that we all share. So our opening song is America the Beautiful. We invite you to sing along with our musicians, Christina Brewer and Terry O'Hara. And on platform with me is Laura Bentel, and we also have Reverend Matthew Breck here today. Who will be doing our meditation a little later. So join us in singing along America the Beautiful. So announcements, I would like to invite Reverend Matthew up to talk about his class, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life.
Good morning, everybody. I know I've been talking about this last couple of weeks, so I'm going to talk about it again today. There is a wonderful class starting tomorrow via Zoom from 6:30 to 9 p.m. It's 5 weeks, and what it is a membership and foundations class together. So if you're not a member of our center and you'd like to become one perhaps, you get all of that taken care of, plus our foundational class, all in 5 weeks. Home office is really starting to kind of condense down our classes and make them more user-friendly, a lot easier, more flexible. And so this class actually opens the door to all of our other classes, which is great because we have some wonderful offerings coming up. Francis and I are working on reorganizing our curriculum here based on a lot of things that home office is doing. It's all about kind of working with how life is today with people's schedules and offering flexibility. There is a flyer at the back door, and those of you online this morning, everything you need for this class is on our website, and I would really like you to be there. Thank you.
So we also want to remind you of the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which is being offered on Thursday, July 22nd from 6:30 to 8. It's taught by our own in-house expert, Vicki Simonis, and she's fabulous and very knowledgeable, has studied Mary Magdalene for years. And I think you'll really enjoy how she's organized this experience. We already have 22 people signed up. So it's going to be a very impactful experience. If you want to register, do so today, or tell us if you want to pay by check or any other way. But you can go online and pay by PayPal. It's all on our website, which is csltacoma.org. So.
I have an announcement.
Oh, okay. Erik, come on up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Erik, the guy in the loft, for the people who are online. I'm here to announce that after over a year of not meeting, the Tripod Arts, thank you, yeah. I should know to speak into the microphone because I'm always telling everybody else to do that, yeah. Tripod Arts is meeting for the first time in over a year. And it meets right here, 7 p.m. Friday, July 16th. And our very own Mario is going to be doing a presentation about his book, 101 Marioisms. And I'm going to be doing a presentation of some of my photography. And I didn't have a chance to look this up. You know, the thing people don't realize about the loft, perhaps, is that it's like a three-ring circus. It's just madness trying to keep up with everything. So I didn't actually have a chance to look up the name of the other person giving a presentation, but it's going to be really great. The Tripod Arts is organized by Lynn Denino. I hope I pronounced that right. And she's a very high-profile artist in the Tacoma area. Most of the people who are involved with this are artists, fellow artists, who come and do presentations about their work and listen to the presentations of the other artists who do presentations about their work. But it's open to everybody, the general public, everybody is welcome. And it's $3 donation suggested. And we always have a great time. 7 p.m. Friday, July 16th. Okay, thank you very much.
Linda Nino is one of our most prominent artists in the area and in the state. She won a state award for Best Artist and has done many community projects. And you may remember the suitcase project where everyone designed a suitcase. I participated in it. And they were presented and sponsored by local businesses who put them in their store windows. And it was really great fun. So Lynn has always, she did the 100th Monkey, started that process where artists could gather. Anyway, she's an amazing person. And she has organized this and has been using CSL as a site for years on this organization. well worth your time. It's always inspiring. Okay, so opening prayer by Laura Bentel. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to CSL Tacoma, and thank you all for being here. And I stand amongst you today as a proud American Indian, and for that I am so very grateful. So happy birthday, USA, 245 years old. So with that, if you'd kindly close your eyes and just take a deep breath, knowing that that breath is the breath of your higher power, your creator, one who is all the greatness of the universe, knowing that today is so divinely inspired, knowing that the musicians come with just God bumps of music that they bring, knowing that Reverend Matthew has such a talent in his meditation, and all words by Reverend Francis is so divinely inspired, knowing that I am so very grateful, and I know that each and every one of you have an open heart, have an openness to this beautiful day. And in Kus Bu'us, we are all one heart. So with that, we all say, and so it is.
Good morning again. I want to take you into meditation this morning, and I invite you to just allow your eyes to close. Allow yourself to be comfortable in the chair that supports you. Allow everything to fall away, and let's become present. Let's turn towards the breath, the ever-present, beautiful, life-affirming breath. It knows exactly what to do. It knows exactly how to bring us to our center point. The very breath that we take is the same breath as the entire universe, because we are interconnected beautifully and perfectly. And this morning I'd like to invite you to connect with the vision that is wanting to express in your life. It's Independence Day. What would you like to be independent from in your life? And let's just bring a picture into our mind of being in a beautiful field. It's absolutely beautiful. The sun is touching your skin. The breeze is just right. Stand in the middle of this field and stand tall and let your arms stretch out as far as they can. And let everything fall away that keeps you back. Just let it simply go. It's okay to do that. And as you stand there, arms stretched, the warm sun touching your skin, the perfect and beautiful breeze, just allow that which is pulling you forward, pulling you into your next beautiful expression, which begins right here, right now, in this moment. Say yes to it. Just surrender to it. And the beauty of this is that when you recognize and know your own independence from everything that keeps you down in your life and holds you back, that once you know that and you surrender to it, you become an agent of healing and change for everybody else. your acknowledgement of your independence helps to pull the others forward into their independence. And so this morning I invite you to bring that forth and to just simply let it be. Let the universal divine guidance provide you with that clear and beautiful path forward. And allow your soul to be pulled in the direction of its mission, of its beautiful divine purpose. And allow yourself to return home to that which you came here to be. So I'm knowing this morning that you're open and that you say yes. Let's just breathe this in right here and right now. Notice what it feels like to just breathe in that life-affirming force and to reawaken to who we are. And when we're ready, we breathe ourselves back into this room, right here, right now. And as we breathe ourselves back into this room, we are awake, we are alive, we are alert. We are ready to hear today's beautiful message from Reverend Francis. We open our eyes and we meet each other's eyes, and we see the divine. And so it is.
Here in this worn and weary land where many a dream has died, like a tree planted by the water, we never will run dry. So living water flowing through, yes, we thirst for more of you. Fill our hearts and flood our souls with one desire, just to know you and to make you known. We lift your love on high. Shine like the sun, make darkness run and hide. You know that we were made for so much more than ordinary lives. It's time for us to more than just survive. We were made to thrive. Oh, 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 oh. Into your love we're digging deep to know the Spirit's heart. Into the world we're reaching out to show them who you are. So living water flowing through, yes, we thirst for more of you. Fill our hearts and flood our souls with one desire, just to know you and to make you known. We lift your love on high. Shine like the sun, make darkness run and hide. You know that we were made for so much more than ordinary lives. It's time for us to more than just survive. We were made to thrive. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable. make you known. We lift your love on high. Shine like the dawn, make darkness run and hide. You know that we were made for so much more than ordinary lives. It's time for us to more than just survive. We were made to thrive.
What a great message. Got to remember now this new microphone. We're ordering a new headset now. So we're looking for the right one. And our headset died last week. May it rest in peace. So, wow, we were made to thrive. What a great message for everyone in our country. We were made to thrive. And so we start a new series this month called Pulled by a Vision. We hold these truths is the message today. And the confluence of 4th of July and our spiritual celebration today is a chance to embrace a vision of freedom, thriving, justice, equity. All people are endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's a great gauge. That's a great gauge for us to use. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Where am I in relation to that grand vision of our nation? Am I experiencing all that my life could be? Am I feeling free? Am I really happy with my life right now? So in the Centers for Spiritual Living, we know that we are co-creators. We have the responsibility, opportunity, and authority to create a world in which everyone has the opportunity to thrive, to help create a world that works for everyone. And it's July in Tacoma, and I just returned home from 2 weeks vacation in Texas, my old hunting grounds, and visiting friends and family. And there happened to be on arrival a cold wave that hit Texas. And so we were in the high 70s and low 80s while we were in Texas. And I think those lost degrees ended up in Washington State. So we were just shocked to hear the weather reports about what was happening back home. So the heat has been on. And while some of us may not like heat at all, and other of us may love heat, while the heat is the topic of many a conversation, the heat outside is actually not where our focus will be. But as a nod to the hot weather, I have a little story. One day in July, a Canadian man left his cool, rainy home in Edmonton, Canada, for a business trip to Phoenix, Arizona. And his wife was going to fly and join him on Friday evening and stay over for the weekend at a beautiful resort they'd rented. So they looked forward to the heat. When he arrived, he had just a few minutes before his first meeting began, so he decided to send his wife a little quick email to let her know he was safe and sound, but in his haste, he made an error in her email address, and his note went instead to an elderly minister's wife whose husband had just made his transition the day before. And when the grieving widow checked her email, she took one look at the monitor, let out a piercing shriek, and fell to the ground in a dead faint. And at the sound, the family rushed into the room and saw this note on the screen. "Dear beloved wife, the trip went well, and I eagerly await your arrival in a few days. Your loving husband. P.S. It's really hot down here." So no more about the heat outside. We're going to sum up and turn on the heat on some of the concepts that we're going to talk about today. I think about Ernest Holmes because he writes in The Science of Mind, that hidden from our objective gaze is the seed. And it's the seed of perfection. And in our ignorance of the truth, he says, we've misused the highest power we possess. And so great is this power, so complete is our freedom in it, so absolute the domain of law through it, that the misuse of this power has brought upon us all of the conditions from which we suffer. And then he goes on to say, it's done unto us as we believe. And that's the crux of this message. We're going to be talking about how we get a vision for our lives. How do we come about that? I think a few weeks ago talked about how sometimes as children we kind of know what it is. Like I climbed a redbud tree and would wrap up leaves with messages I would send out to the universe. And I think a lot of people know what they're being pulled by early on in their lives. But it can come in many ways, where we may be attracted to a certain direction, or we have written down goals that lead us to where we are right now, or we've created a visioning board with pictures of things we want to experience, like Marge Meyer did when she created the pet food bank that started here as a tiny little pet food bank in the basement. We quickly outgrew the space. She got another space and another space and another space. And now she's the Puget Sound Pet Food Bank. Huge organization, supported by many, many people. And they don't take a single penny for their services. It's all volunteers. So she did that with a visioning board. Or with our practices of meditation and visioning, we can get images of a future path. We can receive direct guidance too, or an inner voice that will direct us towards our greatest vision. So what's your vision? Maybe you've been asked by people. What's your vision for your life? And oftentimes we are asked to describe what we want, and we immediately begin describing what we don't want. Now, it's good to know what you want emancipation from, because that was a wonderful meditation we just experienced. I got lots of hits. I don't know about you, but it was great to know what we want to be independent of. But it also is good to look at what it is that we really want. You know, how do we want to go? And that divine pull is ours. And today we just clarify our blueprint for life. And it's red, white, and blueprinting today. But it means what it sounds like. It's just like an architect that discovers what building design wants to come out and express out of him, and then creates a design or blueprint for the building. So we have to create a blueprint of our God-given urges and desires. And when we do this, we will feel free. We dive below the surface of this concept now and find that there are really three aspects of blueprinting. Come on in and welcome. So we get to see that there are aspects of our life that answer that divine invitation. And we're going to explore those today. And they are, first of all, discovering. And second, designing. And third, deserving. So this is how we blueprint. And let's take a look at each one. Of course, we're going to take up some other things later in this month about building and constructing and designing the details. But so first of all, we discover the dream. before an architect can draft a blueprint, she has to discover that she or he has to discover the vision for the building. We receive the pull of the vision. We awaken to a dream, which is some sort of urge of spirit pressing from within us to be more fully revealed in an expansive way. And so it comes in one of two ways, and who knows what they are. Well, it either comes through our longing or it comes through our discontent. So longing is that deep, heartfelt desire for a freer, fuller, expansive expression of life than we're currently having. And discontent, or divine discontent, is kind of that unsettled feeling that something isn't right, something isn't complete. And those are two signals that we are not currently living the life that is ours to live, that is meant for us to live. And so we begin to discover the dream by asking, what would answer my longing and dissolve my discontent? So you can take that into your own private meditation. What would answer my longing and dissolve my discontent? What would I love to be, do, or have? What would give me life? What would I love to be or have? That's a question that some people might regard as hedonistic or self-indulging. If any of you have any feelings like that, just breathe deeply through those right now, because we don't regard personal desire or expression of our discontent as unspiritual or hedonistic. We regard that as the natural expression of our soul. So make space for this expanded possibility that you can answer, that you're actually giving God a greater outlet here on earth. You're giving greater latitude for spirit to express through you. And that's a form of emancipation. Genevieve Barron was the only student of Thomas Troward who had a huge influence on New Thought. And from her studies with him, she wrote the little book called Your Invisible Power. And she writes, as you grow in understanding as to who you are, where you came from, and what the purpose of your being is, and how you're to fulfill the purpose for which you're intended, you will become a more and more perfect center through which the creative spirit of life can enjoy itself. So I love that last concept. You'll become a perfect center through which the creative spirit of life can enjoy itself. So if the creative spirit of life is enjoying itself, so are you. If you don't fulfill that purpose for which you were intended, the opposite is going to happen. Listen to the story from the Sufi tradition. A poet went to see a doctor because he was quite ill, emotionally and physically. And the poet said, "Doctor, I have all kinds of symptoms. I'm unhappy. I feel pain in my arms and my legs, even in my hair. And I feel as if I am being tortured." And the doctor said, "Well, isn't it true that you haven't yet released your latest poetic composition?" And the poet said, "Well, that's true, but I fail to see what that has to do with my illness." "Nevertheless," said the physician, "be good enough to recite it to me right now." And so the poet did, and at the doctor's orders, he recited it again and again and again. And after the third recitation, the doctor said, "Stand up, you're now cured. What you bottled up inside has affected your outside. And now that it's released, you can be well again." And the man stood up and found that he was healed. Jesus said the same thing in the Gospel of Thomas, which is a book we know as the Bible, but contained in a collection of preserved writings found in Egypt in 1945 called the Nag Hammadi collection. It's made up of 13 ancient leather books, and it contains 55 texts. And the books were sealed in a jar in the Egyptian desert for 1,500 years. And when they were unearthed, they were in remarkably good condition. The texts in the Nag Hammadi library date from the first 2 or 3 centuries of the Christian era, and primarily represent the lost Christian sacred writings, or writings that are called Gnostic. Notably included was an edition of the Gospel of Thomas. And in it is a logoin, or little saying, that says, "If you bring forth that which is within you, it will save you. And if you do not bring it forth, it will destroy you." Couldn't be clearer, could it? Our blueprinting begins when we deeply listen to that divine invitation to discover what to bring forth, so that spirit can be expressed here on earth and we might be saved. So, what is it for you, my friends? What makes you come alive? It doesn't have to be a huge purpose. It's very easy to get stuck thinking that what's on your heart in the moment isn't big enough. And let me tell you here and now that whatever comes up for you is the right and perfect thing for you right now. It's the path to your freedom and emancipation. And it may not be the end of everything, but it's yours for now. So go with it. And the second aspect is to design your dream. Once we discover what makes us come alive, it's time. And you know, how do you know when you're alive? You totally lose track of time, temporal time. You just are so filled with joy doing something that you don't even have a sense that the minutes are passing. So when it starts, if you don't have that experience, it's time to begin designing a dream. In religious science, we call it our mental equivalent. It's written down in word pictures with feeling and emotion. So here's the question I've been asked before. Which is more effective, to write your vision down and then forget about it, or to read it and spend time with it every day? Writing it down and forgetting about it has some good press. You may recall the story John Assaraf told of putting out an old vision board, or pulling it out from a box that had been packed away for years, to find that everything that was on it had already happened. So then we're taught by the wonderful dream-building gurus, including Napoleon Hill, who writes in Think and Grow Rich, that we should read our vision every morning and every night before we go to bed. But what if reading it every day brings you frustrated feelings of, I don't have it yet? What do you do with that? So which is it? Write your vision and put it away, or read it every day and risk feelings of frustration? Well, first, and this is important, either or thinking causes spiritual disalignment. Think about it. The allness, the fullness, the inclusivity of God. There's no either or. There's only is. It only what is. And so when we are thinking either or, we are getting out of alignment with all that is. So this and thinking is what represents alignment. So what we develop is the consciousness of full acceptance of our vision, however that works for us. But it's very helpful to read the vision every day. That expedites manifestation. And so we want to realize how big God really is, how ready the universal substance is to pour into our experience that which brings us greater joy and greater love and greater peace, greater abundance. That's when we get to read and study and have meaningful conversations with supportive people, all aimed at helping move us out of the place of frustration. So by daily review, we get to test drive our design and make sure it fits so we can revise and refine. And it's no big deal to change the vision. Some people say we're stuck with it if we've created a vision for ourselves. No, you can change it, you can revise it, you can refine it. After all, whose life is it? So that's a powerful place to be and helps bring our vision into manifestation. And so the final activity, the blueprinting stage, is critical, and that's deserving. We have to believe we deserve it. Once again, from Your Invisible Power, Genevieve Barron says, the power that brought us into existence did so for the purpose of expressing its limitless supply through us. There is no power on earth that can cut us off from our source except our own consciousness. So before you entertain the idea of making a mental picture of your desire, you have to have some idea of your I am-ness. How many of you have a virus protector on your computer? Okay, so today we could put a virus protector on our minds so that we can claim our vision as ours and not have to worry about feeling good enough or undeserving. Those ideas are a virus. So let's put the virus protector on. Let's do it right now. Put your hand over your heart and say with me, I deserve to manifest the life of my dreams. Okay. So, again, I deserve to experience joy, love, and freedom. I deserve to experience peace and prosperity. I deserve all of this. Simply because. All right. So Carl Rogers, the psychologist, once said, what I am is good enough if I would only be it openly. And we have many times done this spiritual practice. We've identified something for which we are grateful. And there's actually a second part to the gratitude exercise. It's going to be your advanced virus protection. So here it is. After you identify something to be grateful for, think of something that you've done that you're really proud of, that you feel good about, for which you could give yourself an attaboy or attagirl. In prosperity class that I took once, we had to write for 20 minutes a list of 100 accomplishments. And then by identifying and focusing on all of those things, we could shift that I'm not good enough belief and move to a bigger place of claiming our dreams. So we blueprint by discovering what we'd love to be, do, or have, and by uncovering what would bring us life. We blueprint by designing that life in words and pictures. And finally, we blueprint by realizing that we absolutely and totally deserve the life because of who and whose we are. And before Genevieve Barron studied with Troward, she studied his writings. And there was one piece that she wanted to truly learn and embrace. And so these are the words that she embraced by heart. And I say the first part of this often, and I think you can too. And she starts with Troward's words, my mind is a center of divine operation. Let's say that together. My mind is a center of divine operation. And so now I'm going to just let you close your eyes and absorb the rest of his statement. The divine operation is always for expansion, and this means the production of something beyond what has gone before. Something new, not included in past experience, though proceeding out of it. Therefore, since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner with me, in my own special world, of which I'm the center. It will move forward to produce new conditions, always in advance of any that have gone before. That's your blueprint, and so it is. Thank you. So now we're going to hear Our Corner of the Sky. That's where we're centers of divine operation.
Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find the corner of the sky. Everything has a season, everything has a time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats spit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in any place I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams. Everyone has their goals. People like the way dreams have of sticking to their souls. Thunderclouds have their lightning, and nightingales have their song. Don't you know I want my life to be something more than long? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many seem to be destined to settle for something small. Don't you know that I won't rest until I have it all? So don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I'm gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner. Gotta find my corner. Gotta find my corner of the sky. The sky.
So it's time for our offering, and we'd like to say the blessing on our screen and in your program. And so together we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And so it is. And so we have Bienvenido and Christina singing Oh America, written by Joseph and Brendan Graham, arranged by Dimitri Vladelas.
Oh, America, you're calling. I can hear you calling me. You are calling me to be true to thee, true to thee. I will be. Oh, America, you're weeping. Let me heal your wounded heart. I will keep you in my keeping till there be a new start. And I will answer you, and I will take your hand and lead you to the sun. And I will stand by you, do all that I can do, and we will be as one. Oh, America, I hear you from your prairies to the sea, from your mountains grand, and all through this land. You are beautiful to me. You are calling
you. Thank you. Thank you for that inspiring song. It just filled me with so much joy. And so thank you, Reverend Francis, also for that beautiful message today. That message of hope, that message of peace, that knowing that each and every one of you are divinely inspired to go out and do your best. So please, let's close our eyes and just put your feet firmly on Mother Earth, also known as Turtle Island, knowing that we together are one. We together can heal anything that may be an affliction of self, knowing that that is not the truth, knowing that you are whole, you are complete, and you are perfect spiritual beings right here, right now. I know this to be the truth. So let's go forth and be the best. Be just what the divine has asked you to be. That is goodness, that is love, that is compassion, and that is the blood of life. Knowing that the rivers that flow through Turtle Island is the blood of her. So as you stand and go about this beautiful day, 4th of July, knowing that as an indigenous woman, having that respect for each and every soul, each and every plant, each and every breath that I take, I know that we are all in wholeness at this very moment. So thank you, sweet spirit, knowing that these words are just out there in the love and the law and the universe, so bright, so beautiful. And with that, let's say, and so it is.
Terry O'Hara, and I learned it this morning. I
Yes,
don't know
you
if I
did.
remember what you taught me this morning for the first verse, so.
But
I might
she's gonna help me out a little bit because
Yeah.
my diction is compromised for a few more weeks. So let's do it. If you know the refrain, please fill it in. Well, I get up in the morning and I feel free.
That's right.
Yes, I get up in the morning and I feel free. Up in the morning, raise my head, shout hallelujah, and roll out of bed. You know I'm up in the morning and I feel free. Well, I'm on my way now and I feel free.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
I'm on my way now and I feel free. On my way, I'm gonna change my life with a higher power and a brighter light. You know I'm on my way, 'cause I feel free. Well, I can't stop now, 'cause I feel free. Yeah. Well, I can't stop now, 'cause I feel free. Let the Spirit carry me, gonna find my potentiality. You know I can't stop now, 'cause I feel free.
Here's a breakdown of
Power, glory, freedom, feel it. Can't stop now, 'cause I feel free. Yeah. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Ha! Power. Power, glory, freedom, feel it. Can't stop now, 'cause I feel free. One more time. Here we go. Ha! Power, glory, freedom, feel it. Can't stop now, 'cause I feel free. Oh, praise the Lord, now I feel free. God Almighty gonna raise the dead up. Praise the Lord now. I feel free. I feel free. I feel free. I feel free.
Here, have a fabulous 4th of July, and we'll see you next week.